Hi everyone, it's time for May bonus episode. Today I'll be talking about old science fiction shows that are worth watching. I should say my definition of old is finished more than 20 years ago. The first one, an obvious one, is the original Star Trek that ran from 1966 to 69. If you watch it now, it may seem a little dated. Some of the themes and plots are sort of may seem old-fashioned. But of course, the interesting thing is many of those plots that now seem old-fashioned were done first in that show. It's worth watching for historical reasons, and actually it was pretty good. It's interesting as you look back in time. One of the things that it's known for is, and there's some argument about the exact premiere, but it was the first interracial black and white kiss on American network TV, and that just seems so strange that would be not allowed on network TV. But of course you have to look back and realize that even just a few years before that, interracial marriage was illegal in some states in the US. Next, I'll go with Farscape, which ran from 1999 to 2003. One of the interesting things about Farscape is it took some of those overused science fiction plots and really did something new with them. A great ensemble cast. Lots of good writing, interesting antagonists that actually became part of the team later on. Very well written and acted. These are in no particular order. I'm not ranking them in any way, and I guess I should say that because the next one is a little bit questionable. It's a show called Lex that ran between 1996 and 2002. Especially at the beginning, some very juvenile sort of softcore pornography. This is a show that's not suitable for children. But they had some amazing science fiction ideas, and the last season is just something you just have to watch to really appreciate. It was a little bit slow going at the beginning, but really worth it at the end. Next one, a British show, Blake 7, that ran between 1978 and 1981. It has mixed reviews. It does have a huge fan base now. I don't know, a very entertaining show. One of the interesting things about it, I guess you could do this at British television, the last season did not have Blake in it. So that was kind of interesting. Okay, a real highlight is coming up. There's a show called Doctor Who, and I'm going to talk about a classic Doctor Who. There was a reboot, which I believe is still running now. But there was an original show I'll call it classic Doctor Who, that ran between 1963 and 1989. So many, many years. Some of the episodes are lost, and the premise is that there is a traveling Time Lord. It's a race, and a member of an advanced race called the Time Lords, whose home planet is called Gallifrey. A traveling, let's say, rogue Time Lord who has a time and space traveling device, which has a chameleon circuit, so it's supposed to blend in the surroundings, but it got stuck on an image of a British police box. So there's this blue box that shows up at different places. The Time Lords, when they come to the end of a life cycle, can regenerate, and they come back, in a different form with a different, slightly different personality. And of course, this has allowed the role for all those years to be played by different actors. My favorite is Tom Baker, and the starting point that I'll recommend to you is the 1978-79 season 16 of Doctor Who, which was broken down into some story arcs, but had a season-long premise. It's called The Keys to Time. I have a friend that said, "Oh, you can't recommend that," and he's generally full of wisdom. But I'm gonna go against him this time. I think that's an excellent place to start, and very entertaining television. BBC, that era, let's say their budget for special effects was extremely low, so don't expect a high quality scenery, but the writing and acting is not uniformly, because of course it went for too long, but overall really excellent. And I think you will find these episodes entertaining. Move on to a show called Babylon 5. This is actually one of my favorites. Ran between 1993 and 1997. It's a space opera. Humans have, entered the era of space travel and met aliens. And they've set up a diplomatic station called Babylon 5. Again, special effects are dated by today's standard. I saw them criticized in the literature. I'm rewatching it right now. I don't mind them. I think they're okay. It's a show that is more than the sum of its parts. It has some great writing, and some great acting. There's a couple of I'll say not even main characters, some of the ambassadors at the space station who are just really add a lot to the show. Just as a cautionary tale, like many really excellent science fiction shows, it suffered from cancellation pressure. And as they were about to start season 4, the pressure became quite definite, and they were told that there would not be a season 5, which meant that the creator, a really excellent guy, J. Michael Straczynski, rushed through what would have been the last 2 seasons of the plot arc, and ended the show, I think, satisfactorily, even if it's a bit rushed, at the end of season 4. And of course, this was so excellently done with such fan support that then they decided they would offer a 5th season. I think you should pretend that the 5th season does not exist. When someone feverishly puts every excellent idea they had into the season 4, because they think that's when the show's going to end, you can imagine that season 5 is underwhelming. And it doesn't have a season 5, would be my recommendation to you. Watch seasons 1 to 4. And finally, on the lighter side, I'll say Red Dwarf, another British entry. It ran between 1988 and 1999. There was a later run, which I can't recommend. A very entertaining show that ran in half-hour episodes. There is a quite amusing dynamic between the remaining crew members of this mining vessel called the Red Dwarf. Okay, I'll wrap that up. I'm going to intersperse some screenshots of the show's cast into here, which may survive YouTube copyright ideas or may not. So you'll see hopefully some of those in there. Okay, that's it for May. I will see you back in June when we will work on some daffodils will be the project then. Okay, bye for now.